Okay, good morning, Jai Sachidanand, everybody. Just welcome to the English version of our Satsang. Deepakanandji, please do the mantra. Akshay, please follow.
Namo Vitragai,
Namo Vitragai,
Namo Arihantanam,
Namo Arihantanam,
Namo Siddhanam,
Namo Siddhanam,
Namo Ayariyanam,
Namo Ayariyanam,
Namo Vajjayanam,
Namo Vasayanam,
Namo Loe Sawa Sahunam,
Namo Loe Sawa Sahunam,
Eso Panchanamukaro,
Eso Panchanamukaro,
Savapavappanasano,
Sauvapa Vappanasano,
Mangalanam cha Sauvesim,
Mangalanam Chasauesim,
Padamam Havai Mangalam.
Padmam Havai Mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Sachidanand,
Jai
everybody.
Satchidanand.
Normally we start with questions, but we don't have any questions right now, but we have a new member who has joined us, Gopala Krishnan from Chennai. Gopala Krishnan, please, can you hear me? Oh, Gopala Krishnan, can you hear me? In the meantime, if there's another question, we can take briefly. Sure. Gopala Krishnan, can you hear me?
Yes, now I'm able to hear you.
Okay.
It's
okay,
raining very heavy in Chennai now.
Okay, so now, normally we question answers. So we'll start with, you will start your question.
The voice is becoming feeble.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, sometimes, but then at times it just goes up in a wave.
Okay,
I don't know about others.
okay.
Now we can hear clearly.
Yeah, your voice is very clear.
Okay. Okay. We will start with you. We normally will question answers. So we'll start with you, with your question.
My questions?
Yes.
Okay. I read the book Who Am I by Dada Bhagwan.
Yes.
Good.
So I have completely read the book, made a lot of notings and markings on it. So I have one basic question. In one part, he says you can have any guru and still continue to get Jnana Vidhi and go for Akram Jnana. But in the last end of the portion, he says, no, you should not believe anyone, you should only believe me. So please correct me if I'm wrong in these two readings. If you want me to point out the page number, I will go through again and do that.
No, there's no problem. See,
I just want to add, why? Because I'm a Vaishnavite. I got, like Shankar and Chakra, the markings from our Guru. Okay, so now I'm a seeker of truth. Okay, and I'm 66 now. I don't know how many more years of life is left in me. So I am trying to explore, okay, various avenues to find the truth. And I'm ready to take anyone as my guru as long as his teachings are valuable to me and to society.
right. First thing is that when you begin, and what Dada has said, the normal age, normal average lifespan in today's time is like 100 years.
100 years, yes.
So don't be under that impression that now that you're 66, that your story is going to end soon.
No, no, no. I want to live up to 120 if I'm healthy.
Why? If don't put any if and but. Right. The reason is this human body is very valuable. Rather, it is invaluable, we say. So we should try to make the best of it. First of all, being born in India with strong religious background, we are bound to have not just one guru, but at times several gurus also.
Yes.
Because from every master, you learn something, and that's how they help you progress, climb the ladders of spirituality, and that's how our life is. Like it is said, Dattatreya made, I believe, some 32 or so gurus in his life.
Mhm.
And what Dada has said, for him, every living being is his guru.
Okay.
And he says he is disciple of every living being. That's how he has become, it is called, is the most humblest person in the world. He says everyone is elder or bigger than me. I'm the smallest. And that's why he said, I have reached that state of utter humility. And that is why he has said that if you want to know anything, then on one side, I am the ultimate. And if you feel that you know something, then he says, I am the smallest. And I will learn from you. So the idea is, when he said, you make as many gurus as possible, because from everyone you get to learn something. And they help you progress. But after meeting him, what it means, him means enlightened soul, fully enlightened soul, Agnani Purush. Then what remains is just follow him. Be in his obedience in totality without any compromise. Then you will reach the state of experience, truthfulness as what he has reached. In fact, Lord Krishna gave the same message to Arjuna. He showed him that how he is in every living being, yet he is the smallest, and that's how he is his charioteer. And with that understanding, I believe that clarifies your doubt.
Okay. Thank you.
What it means truly, keep searching for a guru, then finally you will land up a guru who is Agnani. And Agnani is the final guru, ultimate guru, because he makes you realize of your true self, one who is in the quest of truth. He is the one who can show your true nature, your real self. And having known that, as it is said, nothing else remains to be known, that is the finality. And what remains after that is his sincere obedience. Okay?
Sure.
Okay, there's no other questions, so you can continue, Gopala Krishna.
Yes. Now, I want to know, though I have read the book, so there are two stages of Akram Jnana and Jnana Vidhi, how to go about achieving it. And
One thing, can you please give your academic background?
oh yeah, okay. I hold a master's degree. I way back in 1975, I joined the Indian Navy, but I had to leave the Navy services because of a batch of people who were medically, not qualified. So I was a part of that group. So then I left and joined my MBA. Then I got a posting in Steel Authority of India, one of the public sectors in India, in 1977. So that was on the basis of an all India selection where they selected about 100 people out of about a lakh of people who appear for the test. So I was one of them who was qualified. So I grew up with SAIL. I got trained as a management professional, and I grew up for about 17 and a half years. I was with SAIL. The last assignment I was with the chairman SAIL in New Delhi. Then I went to North America to work there. I was there for about 6 years. And then I decided to come back to India. So I am now back in India for the last almost 20 years. I do a lot of original work. So I initiated the process of Aadhaar in India. So I got the national award and the World Bank award. It may sound a little boasting, but I need to tell because you asked me.
Yeah, I mean, it's an excellent background you have, and that is.
But I need to be very humble and with all humility say whatever I look at like how I can add value to and what I can do for the country. So I have initiated many firsts for India. So if you use a 1 rupee and 8 anna stainless steel coin, the present coin that is in circulation, that was introduced by me through the Indian route from
Great.
So I'm almost present in everyone's pocket in some way or other.
True.
Okay. So that was
pocket is on the left side, so you're near to everybody's heart, I believe.
Hopefully, yes. So that was all in the commercial line where I was. And then when I came back from North America to India, I said we need to change India from the way it is, because individually we are very good, but collectively we are a failure.
True, that's true.
In some way or other, it's a qualified statement, it can be debated. But what I'm saying, as a nation, we are not progressing, but individually we are all progressing.
Very true, very true. Absolutely. We need to have a teamwork and collective effort. Only you have success. It is very nicely said. If you want to grow faster, then walk individually. But if you want to go deeper, then you have to take everyone together.
So now I'm on that path, the quest. So I am trying to follow a sattvic life. So I'm trying to go into naturopathy, the system of living. I and my wife, I have an elderly mother who is 91. We have 2 sons. They are both in US now. So I share my time between India and US. So, but I like to be here and I like to do things originally. So what I'm interested is I am in the quest for truth, and I want to know how I can, discover myself, that self-realization.
Perfect. Now,
the Dada Bhagwan. So that's my focus.
Right. The path which was shown by Lord Mahavira, Lord Rama, Lord Krishna, they were traditional path. What it means, traditional path, you have to climb the steps of spirituality gradually, steadily, purifying your self. That is your worldly self, because we have too many vices within us. And those vices are such, those weaknesses, those shortcomings are such that we cannot reach a pure person like Lord Krishna, like Lord Rama, like Lord Mahavira. And the path which they showed was arduous, and it was time that they could follow and really progress, because during that time their living presence was there. Now the living presence is not there, and you very well know, having studied scriptures and other things, I believe, this is Kali Yuga. And in Kali Yuga, there is no unity among our mind, speech and body. What it means, what we think, we are unable to speak. I will not say we don't speak, we are unable to speak. And what we say, we are unable to do. And with this, what do you say, lack of unity, whatever you decide, whatever you want to do, you cannot really achieve it. And in that scenario, looking at that scenario, looking at the present situation of every human, rather entire human form is with this weakness. So Dada Bhagwan, although he tried giving the traditional path of renunciation and self-purification, but he found that people were unable to follow that. In fact, they left everything and they never showed up again. So he said, in today's time, probably this was not the path. So he got the what do you say, divine message from Lord Rushabdeva, the beginning of this half cycle, the first Tirthankara, the absolute, who was here and is accepted by every religious following. So then he got the consent and he started this Akram Vignan, that is Akram path, stepless path. So by his divine grace, through the process of Gnan Vidhi, he can really uplift someone's state of being from being worldly to 100% spiritual. And it is like, you know, if we have to make a temple, then you make the temple and you install and do pran pratishtha, life-giving ceremony to the deity. And that's how God is considered, that he is there and the temple is ready. In the same way, he does it with our body, ourselves. But today the temple cannot be completed. So that's how the stepless path opened, and he elevates us to the highest level of godlyhood by his grace. And then what remains is sitting close to God. We finish the temple. We finish, because without temple, that is without our relative self getting purified, God, although he is there, he is open within you through his initiation ceremony, but nobody will accept it. That divinity should open on the relative worldly side, body self also. So that part of grace, through that grace, your state of existence from worldly, it becomes divine. And with that, truly speaking, actually, this third eye of Lord Shiva, which every one of us have, it opens and you start viewing the world through that third eye in the presence of these worldly eyes, which sees duality. And the third eye is singular, is single, and it shows singularity everywhere. That is, it shows your own self in everyone, as Lord Krishna showed it to Arjuna, that now you will be able to see me in every living form, the plant, animals, insects, humans, everyone. So that is how the grace works, and many of us were benefited, and today it is possible. It is like how you decided and you went through your life process several places as you narrated yourself. In the same way, your decision, your strong desire that yes, I want to achieve this, I want to acquire this, then nature helps you reach your destination, your decision. So how strong, how heartily, how firm you are achieving this, the nature naturally helps you and you get it. That is there. So this path of grace opened through Dada Bhagwan. So through the throbbing heart of every individual who received this grace, he is working through all of them. And that is how he is living through all these, so to say, disciples who are called Mahatmas.
Mahatmas. Yes.
He is to call us as Mahatma, not as a very big person, but Mahatma means who are in this mortal world, who will be here in this mortal world just for a few lives, minimum being one life only, and with this enlightenment, they can liberate themselves. And that experience, you feel, you experience it in your day-to-day worldly life, now and here. That is that.
Great. Yeah. I'm keen to know further and learn from you.
Yeah, please go ahead. Okay, one more question has come. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
In the
Yeah, go
meantime, you can think of further questions. We will do with. Okay, Shitalbet.
Chidanand, sorry, I'm changing topics here, but Deepakanandji, you said recently something along the line of, I don't remember your exact words, but something like when you actually make a mistake by doing, you do pratikraman. But some mistakes are at mind level, that the jovati ajai, that those go away by seeing them. Can you explain?
See one thing. If I misbehave with you, if I talk rudely with you, these are, one is at the behavior level, the other is at the verbal level, and the third is I just have some negative opinion about you.
Yes.
Right? So now in these three situations, what it means when I misbehave with you, or I use harsh language with you, it is visible.
Yes.
Anybody can see it, you can also see it, you can feel it.
Correct.
So such a mistake is said to be at the gross level.
Yes.
And the gross level mistake needs gross level correction. If I want to eliminate that, so unless you see my future or further behavior amicable or balanced or soothing, only then you will accept it. Yes, now it's okay. You will, what do you say, kind of pardon me, that now I'm not misbehaving. Same way, I'm not talking rudely with you. Because if I am correcting, then I have to correct. My correction needs to be at the gross level. So just by seeing that, okay, I saw that Deepakanand committed this misbehavior and he verbalized badly and all that, that will not change your opinion. But when my corrections are there at that level of behavior and speech, you will accept, okay, now he's okay. You understand?
Yes, so I do. So sometimes I may not say something outside, but my body language, my inside whatever is going inside is expressed through my body language or sometimes, in my behavior. Is that considered gross level as well?
Behavior, anything that is behavior, we can very well understand that even if I'm not, like black and white, I'm not misbehaving, but a kind of difference is also enough to hurt other person's feelings.
Yes, I see.
Right. So that is how it is considered as gross level, but it is like only I have negative opinion about you. So with that, I will not be comfortable, because at verbal and behavioral level, I'm fine. You may not realize, but even at that opinion level, that is at the mind level, if I have this feeling, then I will not have that feeling of oneness with you.
Yeah.
That is there, but then it is not getting projected, or it's not happening outside. So nobody will know it. But only thing that, how you feel one with your child, with your family, typically your husband, wife, and children, you have that feeling of oneness.
Right.
And at times, even if they are not listening to you, momentarily that dislike part can come up. Opinion can also be bad, but again, that connectivity is such that it again become one. But even at that level, if that difference remains longer and it takes a footing in your mind level, then it will come at the body level anytime.
Right.
So at the mind level, you must correct any differences, especially if you have for your family members, come what may, because you exist because of your family. And I believe people whose family breaks, I feel their experience is terrible for them. I believe their world is like empty now. They don't know what to do, because they were in the family, they were committed to the family, and that's how they were living.
I see.
Right? That's what.
Right. So opinions are, may I say, subtle level, not gross level, but you still need to take a correction there. You may not do the you may not say the pratikraman vidhi, but you need
no,
to
but that correction or pratikraman is at the level of opinion only. Wrong belief and right belief. To see things through right understanding will change your belief. Right?
Yeah, but so sometimes I notice things. I do have opinions, obviously, right? But when I realize that, oh, I'm operating under this opinion, do I need to do pratikraman for it?
What we believe when we say pratikraman, correction means like you just verbalize and do this. No. When you have seen and viewed that person in right perspective, that itself is your correction.
Okay.
So it is like you stop ignoring the negative aspect of the other person. And you say, forget the 99 negativities what he has, but that one positivity is there. You focus on that one positive quality. And then the effect of those 99 negativities or bad qualities will not affect you in your dealing, in your being with him or her.
I see. Okay, so basically the point is to correct your mistakes, and it all falls under the pratikraman umbrella, I suppose.
Right.
Sorry, I had a follow-up question that I lost. Yes, so I've heard, so when you hurt somebody with your words or your behavior, and you do pratikraman, I've heard that it reaches the other person. So that correction is necessary to like, when do I need to actually say the vidhi, and what is the pratikraman vidhi's importance?
You need to verbalize things, because it has, verbally you have done something. Do you
Yes.
understand?
Oh,
So it's like,
okay.
if you throw up, then you have to clean it up. You can't say
Yes.
that I have seen and everything gets clean. No, you have to clean up. It is like that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Got it.
It
Got
is.
it.
It is through medium of words, speech. You express your feeling, your correction.
Yes.
But that word doesn't become necessary when it is only at the mind level. Wrong belief made you feel irritated, and
Yeah.
when you start seeing with the right belief, then things change. That
Okay.
itself is pratikraman.
Okay. So the point is to correct your mistakes, take correction.
Yes, the idea
Okay.
is correcting our mistake, right?
Okay. Got it. Jai
Jai
Okay.
Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand, Umesh Bhai.
Pranam Swamiji, Jai Satchidanand, and Pranam to all the Mahatmas.
Jai Satchidanand.
Swamiji, my question is two-pronged. The first part of the question is this, that sometimes it happens, and this is my experience that I'm sharing with you. Sometimes it happens that when I make a mistake at the mental level, not at the level of the exhibited behavior, but at the mental level, I immediately, it comes in the scanner of my awareness that I have made the mistake. It immediately I realize it. Now, my question is that when that realization happens, and that's a very deep realization, it really touches me to the core of my heart. When
Correct.
that realization happens, is that also a sort of cleansing or pratikraman,
Correct.
or I need to do
Correct.
about that later again?
No, if it comes to your mind again and again, then you have to do it. But if that correction happens on the spot, and afterwards
Yes.
it doesn't, what do you say, bother
Repeat
you.
itself.
Yeah, it doesn't come to your thoughts, then it's fine.
Could you please give me an example of this so that it becomes very clear to me?
Okay, I had a negative thought about you, and I realized no, that is incidental. You have behaved in a particular way, so I should not take it to that thing that take it to heart that way.
Okay.
And if that correction has happened, then no time in the future this will pop up in my mind that Umesh did this with me.
Yeah,
Or
got
he
it.
said such a thing like that. Correct?
Very clear.
So if it pops up, that means it is there. Then you need to correct that again. So every time it comes, it pops up, you have to correct. So if it is clear, then it will not pop up at all. It will not come to your thought at all.
Okay, okay. Very clear. So from this answer to the first part of my question, is my understanding correct that Jagruti or awareness is the one which actually does the cleansing?
Principally, yes. And that only helps you correct by whatever way it is committed.
Yes,
whatever level it is committed, it helps you correct that particular way.
Okay.
The goal is become clean.
The goal becomes. And now the second part of my question, that sometimes inadvertently, not consciously, but inadvertently it happens that one commits a mistake and instantly one realizes at once, oh God, I should not have said this. Oh, I should not have done this. Oh, I should not have behaved in such a manner. And then there also the realization is very deep and it is very instant and very clear, and there is no doubt that I have made a mistake. Now, when such a deep realization,
Now that you have made a mistake is committed, but you have realized and you corrected.
yes. So what I'm saying, the realization itself is the correction.
Moment you realize, the correction will follow.
Could you explain that
Okay,
statement? Because
it's like you were on the road, you were driving your car, you
Okay.
thought you had to make a right turn, so you take your car on the right side, but then you realize that you come on the wrong lane, that you don't have to go make a right turn now, but to the next right you have to make. So you again come back to the left lane and go further.
okay, but okay, this example was good, but it doesn't get into my head. You know, given my.
Okay, again, hurriedly.
Could you give me an example of behavior?
Hurriedly, you took off your shoes and your shoes went upside down. So now what are you going to do? Just by
I will turn them reverse.
You put your shoes upside down. No, that's not right. You correct it.
Yeah.
You walk out.
Okay.
So that correction also took place. You realize, you corrected, and you walk away. Right?
So and now I got the catch. See, when the realization comes to me, that realization itself is the correction.
It's
But
not correction. Correction will follow.
No. Let me make my point.
Okay.
But then, when the next opportunity will arise, then only I'll do the course correction. No?
The mistake is committed now. You realize your mistake now. Correction will follow immediately. You don't have to wait for that opportunity.
No. For example, I am talking to somebody who is elder to me, and inadvertently I said something which I should not have said, and I immediately realized, no, that was wrong. And then I apologized to him also.
What is that?
That is what you are telling me. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Now it's very clear to me. Because these points are very subtle, you know. It's very, they don't get into your head so easily. These are very subtle nuances.
Very true.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Most
Jai
welcome.
Sachidanand, Swamiji. Thank you so much. Very
Jai
clear.
Sachidanand.
Okay, Gopalakrishnan.
Swamiji, can I add my thoughts to what Umesh ji asked?
Please, go ahead.
Okay. Actually, to my knowledge, there are 4 levels of awareness: the unconscious wrong, the conscious wrong, the conscious right, and the unconscious right. So in the unconscious wrong, you don't know that you are making a mistake. You are oblivious of the whole thing. So you don't know, and you don't know that you don't know. That's the situation. In the conscious wrong, you don't know, but you are aware that you don't know. So it's a level 2. It's better than the level 1, where you are consciously aware that you don't know. In the 3rd level, you are consciously right. That means you try to find out the right answer and give. To my knowledge, Umesh ji was between L2 and L3, conscious wrong and conscious right. He made a mistake, and then he realized that, yes, I have made a mistake, and then he wants to correct. And as Swamiji said, that comes in the next stage, where you become unconsciously right every time, so that you don't make a mistake. That means you know that, yes, this is what it is. So the 4 levels of awareness, okay, is from wrong to right, where you can be unconsciously wrong or consciously wrong. And being right can be consciously right or unconsciously right. So everybody should strive wherever they are to reach the level of unconscious right. That means without any awareness, you will always do the right thing. That is what. Correct me if I am wrong, so.
Without awareness, you will not know that you are wrong.
Yes. Without awareness, you will not know that you are wrong. Yes. absolutely.
That's the
So,
idea.
like if
What
I'm
you said, the level 4 means you have corrected yourself to that level that you are not committing any mistake anymore.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. But that you can only achieve when you go through the other stages.
That's always that correction process makes you reach that level 4.
Yes, unless you are a Dada Bhagwan, where you know you are.
No, Dada Bhagwan also said the same thing. I have passed through this process most difficult way because I climbed this stair.
I read that.
Really, and every step I climbed, I fell down several steps down.
Correct.
Again, I had to climb all those steps which I missed, which I fell down.
But that conscious awareness itself is a very great thing. What Umeshji said, I said, and I realized that I have said something wrong. That realization itself is a very turning point.
Correct,
As you
absolutely.
said. Correct. Yes. Wonderful, wonderful, great experience with that. Now, can I ask some question?
Yes, please.
Dada Bhagwan has said that there are 4 pillars of moksha. One is that Gyan, which is correct knowledge, Darshan, which is correct vision, Charita, which is correct conduct, and Tapa, which is penance. These are the 4 pillars of moksha. Okay. Now, he says the direct result of Agna is freedom, where all the 4 pillars are contained in it. Could you throw some light on that?
Okay, first of all, you will not reach that level of obedience without getting enlightened. So without getting knowledge of yourself, it is not possible to be that obedient to the master. The reason, when you get that vision, that enlightenment, that blessing, that grace from the master, he elevates you to his level. That's why Lord Krishna told Arjuna, I have not made you my disciple. With this vision, you have become at par with me. So now you have to live and talk like an enlightened person, not like a worldly mortal being who is lost. So that is the thing. So when you get that realization, that blessing, that grace, you get to know, and that knowledge is his experience that he is passing on to you. And with that grace, your vision opens, your understanding opens. You start seeing the world with that understanding, with that vision. And that vision, what does it do? With that vision, a level of conduct has opened within you, but you have not reached that level of perfection. So all those imperfections will get illumined. You will come to know in that open vision. And you will start, you feel bad. Oh, I committed this mistake again. Oh, I'm sorry, because of that obedience to follow what he has told you to do. So the process is his experience opens vision in you. That vision guides your life, keeps showing you all your mistakes. You keep correcting them. So that is your penance part. Having got that realization, having got that vision. And as you clean yourself, you correct yourself, the more you correct, your conduct improves. You start becoming perfect. And when that perfection comes at the conduct level, that becomes your experience. So that level 4, what you said, is now you are living that level 4. So knowledge, his experience, that opened that vision within you, you followed his agna, his precepts, his words, and that's how you kept correcting yourself, and his experience now become your experience. So now you are at par with him. So that's how you experience freedom from bondage. Your mistake is your bondage. Right?
Absolutely.
So that's how these 4 steps they are there. Although you get the vision through His grace, but that grace manifests itself in His Agna, in His obedience. When you follow His words, His Agna, that's how you experience that, all the 4. But the finality is absolute knowledge. That is total experience of the truth that you experience yourself in everyone. Feeling of oneness is the finality.
Okay. If anyone else doesn't have a question, I can ask another question.
Yeah, go
Yes.
ahead.
Okay. Now, in the establishment of the interim government, Dada Bhagwan says, after Gyan, the state of Suddha Atma results. However, the state of Paramatma, the supreme fully realized state, has not yet been attained. The state achieved is the interim state, partially realized self called Antartma. So, if you could throw more light on this.
Okay. He has explained 3 state of being of I. That I, which is called a small I, is worldly I, who believes Gopala Krishnan is me. I am Gopala Krishna. So that I is called mood Atma, lost I. Atma relates to I. So my state of I, my identity is lost identity. Because I keep wandering in all the 4 forms of life because of my ignorance, not knowing who am I. So that is lost. And your face is outside, not on the God side, inside. It is outside. So you keep wandering in the 4 life forms. When you come across an enlightened person, a Gnani Purush, get the realization, then your face, who you are facing outside, it turns inside. It turns inside, and your inner travel starts. When your inner travel starts, your outer travel stops. This is very important part. So now, no more wandering in the 4 life forms. What remains is few lives of adjustment because of the present state of Kali Yuga time. And what is that? Antaratma is now you have realized and your inner travel has started. Because you are unable to see your mistakes, and in the today's situation of lack of unity among your mind, speech and body, you are unable to achieve your goal. But with the vision, you experience your true self. At the same time, you keep correcting your mistakes in a causal form, not in the effective form. What it means, you correct yourself, and that correction will reflect, will exhibit in future, not in this life. But you are laying all the causes for that perfect conduct. And that Antaratma state keeps growing. Dada has said, in this life, you can reach to my level of perfection, that is my level of conduct, that nobody gets hurt through your behavior and your speech. What remains is your inner mind level mistakes, which cannot be corrected because it is part of the past life discharge. And however you want to correct them, but it cannot be eliminated because of the lack of unity of mind, speech and body. You want to correct, but it doesn't get reflected outside. It is like you know, certain times if you're driving a car and your steering is out, you turn it right, but the car doesn't move to that level on the right. And that's why you have to make a big turn. Instead of short turn, you have to make a big turn. So it is this, normally with this level of realization, you attain completion, finality in the same life. But because of the present disturbing time of Kali Yuga, this cannot be achieved. But at the causal level, you become 100% effective, so that at best, you get liberated in the next life. That is, you attain nirvana the next life.
Okay.
That's that.
Wonderful. Now, one other question is in the point on the ultimate goal. He says, what is the ultimate goal of life? It is to attain permanent happiness, total independence, and freedom from bondage. You already touched that in the last answer, but if you can throw more light on permanent happiness, I would appreciate
it. Deepakanji?
Yours is frozen now.
Yeah. Deepakanji? Just hold on, okay?
I think his
Deepakanji?
connection has ceased.
Out of, yeah.
Now, the ultimate goal of life, Dadaji says, it is to attain permanent happiness, total independence, and freedom from bondage. And to the question, what is permanent happiness? He says it is something that comes to you naturally. You do not have to make an effort for it. It remains permanently. There is no pain or misery.
Okay. Pain and misery or happiness is in connection with the body. The five sense awareness or knowledge at the level of five senses, you feel happiness or pain. But when your perception level goes higher and you get to know what the five senses are experiencing, and to feel that permanent happiness, irrespective of the pain and happiness, what your five senses experience, you get to know that this is happening to Gopala Krishna. Because five senses are connected to the body, and the body is Gopala Krishna. So it is practically like I, as an individual, separate individual, seeing Gopala Krishnan, that it is happening to him, but in true sense, my perceptions are not connected to your five senses. But still, if I have that level of contact of your five senses, then how I know that you are in pain or you are happiness, you are happy, my happiness remains as it is. That is the level of perception opens within you, that level of separation between your I, that realized I, that is capital I, and the body self I, that is Gopala Krishna, who experiences pain and happiness at the level of five senses. So that is the first level. So in the presence of happiness and pain, you experience that inner happiness, that inner bliss. The second one is freedom from bondage. That is, see, it's like if you're hungry, you need to eat, and you feel helpless if you don't get food. If you're thirsty, you need to drink water. But then that is your helplessness. Unless you get water, you don't feel free. So when you get separated this way through your higher level of perception, that is pure soul perception, getting realized or having realized yourself, that is your first bondage. So it is like that is your first freedom. This first freedom is in the presence of the bondage, there is freedom in bondage. And then when you get away with all the karmas of Gopala Krishnan, settle all the karmas, then what remains is no karmas left for which you have to be in pain or in happiness. That's when that finality comes, wherein you get liberated and you attain nirvana. Please unmute.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Wonderful explanation.
Okay. Okay. Deepika, we have 5 minutes. So can you take a quick question from Chital?
Yeah, please.
So I've often wondered about this, so I'll just ask. We've received Gyan and we have few lives left. Are they all in human form, or is that not necessarily?
Okay, let us see. Let us see. When with this realization, your inner conflict stops because you are freed from that. Your outer conflicts also stops because you know why things are happening. So with this state of being, you cannot be born in plant or animal. You cannot be born as a hellish being. So what remains, and you contemplate, I don't want to hurt anyone to my thought, speech and action, and you are in total obedience of the Gnani Purush, the enlightened soul. So with this obedience and with this level of perception and awareness and correction, you are only born in a higher human form or a higher angelic form.
So, but before I received Gyan, I made lots of mistakes, big mistakes. Do they get erased at the Gyan?
It's like in the presence of light, whatever years or generations of darkness was there, it gets eliminated.
It does, okay.
There are exceptions, but they don't become rules, so we don't have to talk about exceptions. But exceptions are there, but they are called rarest of the rare exception.
Okay.
So it doesn't become applicable to common situation.
Understood.
It is also what Dada has said, with this obedience, what is happening or what happens in the next life, you are born with that awareness. Naturally, your body self is such, your mind is such, your intellect is such. Your mind will have only two opinions, relative and real, nothing more. Your intellect will have only one judgment. Everything is done by Vyavasthit Shakti, natural happening. So you're not going to blame. So that thing will come into your being from your birth itself. So we don't know what magic Dada has given in his Agna. And our strict obedience naturally pays us with this blessing from the birth itself. That's why he kept on saying that you have to be watchful, you have to be careful in this life only. It is very important because in this life you have acquired this vision. And today's output or today's results are result or the causes which were laid in the ignorant state. Now the platform is enlightenment. And with that platform, this founding platform of enlightenment, whatever gets carried forward is totally knowledge-based, enlightened state causes. And mainly of the strict obedience what you have followed all your life. So just forget about the past. You don't need to worry about it.
Right. So then it's really in this life through Panch Agnya that we can put in the right causes or karmas or whatever
And
you want to call it.
it's true because see, we said, that Dada had said, you are not able to realize or exhibit your decision, your obedience. You want to do handle the relation amicably, but it is not happening. But you are desperate, you want to do it, but it's not happening. And it is not happening, and you are correcting also at the same time. And you will resolving, I want to handle this relation amicably, period. So that cause, that is going as a causal level and is going to reflect in the future. So Dada said, don't worry about that. I have to do, you be firm in your resolution that I want to remain in his Agra, period.
Okay.
Sincerity to Agnes is very, very, very important in this life then.
Right, so that's all. I give a small example. If your son remains obedient to you, you can do anything for him. Whatever he says, you are going to do it.
Right.
You will never ask a second question. But you will say, okay, my dear son, it will take time, but I will do it. No will never come. If that obedience reflects our behavior at this level, then this level of obedience at the enlightened state, just imagine what output, what fruits, what results it's going to give us, right?
Right, right.
Okay.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand. Okay, Deepaka, please do three mantra. Chitalben, please follow.
Namo Vitragai,
Namo Vitragai,
Namo Varihantanam,
Namo Arihantanam,
Namo Siddhanam,
Namo Siddhanam,
Namo Ayariyanam,
Namo Ayariyanam,
Namo Vajjayanam,
Namo Vazzayanam,
Namo Loe Savva Sahunam,
Namo Loe Savva Sahunam,
Eso Panchanamukkaro,
Eso Panchanamukkaro,
Savva Pavappanasano,
Savva Pavappanasano,
Mangalanam Cha Savvesim,
Mangalanam Cha Savvesim,
Padamam Havai Mangalam.
Padamam Havai Mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevai.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevai.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.